say target. Okay, so let's say I was going to this box here, all right? Let's say if I wanted to chip it in. My goal is I'm trying to chip this in, okay? So I would say lie, I wanted to go in, and then I would say, well, where do I want to land the ball for that to happen? So the three things you have to do whenever you select a short game shot is determine your lie, what you want to do. If it's a really hard chip, you might not want to go for it. God forbid you go for it, you miss it on the left side, you can line it 12 feet away, so you got to play just for like an up and down, maybe not for a chip in. So you got to think, okay? So now, I want you all to get close with me if you would. We're going to zoom in on this if we can. Now, this is where I want you to look. There's a lot of different lies. One, this is a tight lie. This is the best lie to spin a ball. And the reason being is when your club comes down, we want the club hitting the ball first. It's still traveling down. The divot should be ahead. We'll struggle when the divot's back here, people, and we'll work on that today, okay? Now, because there's no grass here, there's no interference, there's nothing to take that spin of hitting on a vertical downward motion. We come back here, totally different situation. Now, I would call this a half ball lie. I would call this a quarter ball lie, even though it's a half ball lie, we'll say, okay? And I'm going to look at this. Now, think about this. If we were chipping this way, do you see how the grass is moving this way? So actually, there'd be no interference, and this, on a full shot, or on a chip, it could fly out. And what it means is the green's this way, the club's going this way, it could actually shoot it out. Vice versa, if I was chipping in this way, this grain of grass could what? Grab the club. So I wouldn't want to come in with this real shallow angle of attack with an 8-iron, hit, chip, and run. I might want to come in with a pitching wedge and hit that, or a sand wedge. So now when I look at these, and this, look at this. I could hit an open face sandwich slide right underneath that thing. So when I get the ball in the lies, you got to be a good chipper to hit this solid. In these type of lies, you can get away with it because you can hit behind it and get away with it. However, if the ball's setting up really, well, then you don't get away with that, right? So the rough lies are usually easier. The bad news is, though, I can't spin them. So the worse the lie, when the ball lands, it reacts differently. So what happens is a good lie, I expect a lot of myself. On a bad lie, sometimes you could do a good chip and it just doesn't react because the grass interferes with it. Do you understand that? Okay? So I always say to myself, how's my lie? With any type of lie, like, half ball lie, I'm probably going to use a sand wedge because I can hit down on it more because it's a longer swing, get some loft to it. And if I had a better lie, I might have a different circumstance. So I want you all to come over and examine this lie. All right.